Why? Wait. Need to share the screen. All right. Yeah. Present to everyone. And then we are presenting now? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I think we're pretty set.
Ready?
Yeah, let me give a introduction. Thanks for showing up. I was expecting more people. I think we had like 20 RSVPs. So, but hey, maybe there's traffic. They're coming in, or maybe there's listening to it online. For new faces, we're the Phoenix Global Meetup. We meet on the third Thursday of the month. And this month we have Salvador, who's going to be talking about Realm. Realm is a database replacement for core data as well as SQLite on Android. So Realm guys are doing pretty well. They just got a lot of funding recently, and the database seems to be awesomely fast. That's what everybody's raving about it. So let's understand how we can use it in the mobile ecosystem. I'll give the floor to Salvador.
Okay, cool. So let me put this thing. Well, my name is Salvador. I work at Trimble Navigation Limited. Karen is my manager there. Today I'm going to be talking about Realm. I recently started using Realm, and because I like it so much, I just want to share what I've learned so far, and because it was very easy to use. So the first thing is that Realm is very easy to use. You can do like in 3 lines in Realm. In core data will be like hundreds of lines, and that it's without exaggeration. It's a cross-platform. They provide a SDK for Android, for Objective-C, and Swift. As you note in there, it says Swift 1.1, but yesterday I tested it with 1.2, and it does work with 1.2. And I've heard in some other meetings that they want to support Windows Mobile as well, but I haven't seen anything on the website yet. It's very fast. There's some benchmarks against the SQLite on their website. They have a few links. I didn't even bother viewing those because I got so excited about what I can do just by a little coding that I just, okay, doesn't matter how fast it is. I mean, it's just fast enough for me just by coding it. And best of all, is free. And it's open source, so you can download the code and see how the SDK it's inside, and which is the best of all. If something breaks, you can probably commit your own fixes in there. So to create models, you don't need a DB schema editor like in core data. Your object definitions are converted into the Divi schemas, or I should say the tables, also known as code first by Microsoft fans. They know what I'm talking about. So here's an example showing a. I'm gonna give it, the examples I'm gonna give are in Swift language. So just raise your hand or just let me know if you have any questions about Swift or Realm. As you can see, I'm declaring 3 basic properties and 2 relationships. I have a to-many relationship and then a to-one relationship, as you're there. Objects should extend from the Realm object, as you see in there, at the very top. And in Swift and Realm requires that all properties be initialized when they declared. Inverse relationships will not be persisted in Realm because it only has a setter. We have to define it, and that's how currently the inverse relationships work. And as you can see right here, you just declare a property, rooms in this case. It returns an array of rooms, and they provide a global object called like linking objects of class, and then you provide the class name of the other property that you want to create the inverse relationship, and what the property is called for this object. And then because it returns like a generic array, you just typecast it to an array of room right there. So you can only have one primary key. Index and ignore properties can be said just by overriding their respective methods. As you can see in the top right there, we're setting the primary key, and at the second function we have indexed 2 properties of the student class, and then we're ignoring, I don't know, just returning an array again of any functions you want to ignore and don't want to persist in realms. So let's start with the demo. I'm going to show you guys how to import realm framework and then create a few classes. Let's start. Hope is 6. Yep, it is 6. Okay. Then I create a single view application for iOS. And I call this realm demo. Swift. And nope, we don't want to use core data in this case. We want to store it in desktop in a new folder called delete. And no Git repository. Okay, create. Excellent, we have the basic right there. Now the next thing is to import, need to drag. I downloaded I think the latest realm plugin they have is the 91.1. So I go to the iOS realm framework, and then just drag it to my project. I'm gonna go ahead and click copy items. And because we're using Swift, they provide a class that needs to be included as well in our project. Copy items. Okay, and because the framework is built using C++, we also need to include the C++ library. We do that by going to build phases, link binary, then include this one right here. I'm going to drag all these to some place we don't need to be seeing them. Okay, so that's how we include. Let's compile and see if it doesn't throw an error or something. Cool. I think we're gonna need a device, at least a simulator. 6. See. Okay. Let's create a new. How do you right click? Yeah, this is not my computer, I'm sorry. Option click. Option click. Control click.
Yeah.
Okay. I have my right click just the bottom right, just to make it simple. I tried the 2 fingers, it didn't work.
Okay.
No.
Then you need to say that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna. So this is just gonna be models. Control click. Okay, new file. Source Swift. I'm gonna call this student Swift. I'm just gonna store it there. Fairly new to Swift and Realm, so please ask any questions because that will also help me. First thing I need to do is import Realm. I need to declare a class student, standing Realm object. Dynamic var. Let's have primary key equals 0. Let's have first name as well. S name. It's showing it. Okay, everything's good. Compile that. We're good. Right, let's create a, I don't know, a class, because we have students, so we need classes, right? Object, and we just need a name for it. We can maybe have a relationship. Classes. Array of class dot name class name. I think I got that right. Compile that. Cool. It's working. So this is how you define objects in Realm. Now we're going to use them. So let's import. I'm going to use the app delegate for that, just to make it easy. Import Realm. I'm going to use the did finish launching. I'm going to create a student. Student dot first name. Okay.
Do you have to always provide the primary key, or you can just have the database give you a primary key?
It doesn't auto increment. They don't currently provide that. What I'm currently using on one of my projects is that I create a good, and I assign it, initialize it with a random one. So so instead of 0 or being an int, let's SUID. Yep. Yes, ints and strings in this case. String, is that right? No, I don't think it's right. Be like this. Property is fail. Why? Oh, that's fine. There you go. So each time you create a new student, it'll automatically create a new good. UID in this case. So now let's create a class. Now let's skip that. Let's do this classes.add object. Class. Oops. Cool. Let's do something nicer than that. All right. Oops, can I have that? No. There we go. Student.classes.add object. Class 1. Compile. Build succeeded. All right, cool. So that's it. So as you can see, there's no generated auto-generated models. There are no schemas. So it's whatever you code, that's what it's going to become stored in the database. All right, so let's go back.
So at this time, it's not actually stored.
It's not.
You have to specify stuff. It's just store equivalent somewhere in the file. Choose which ones you want to load up.
Yeah, great questions. Those are coming up in the few slides. So. All right, so there's your question, right? The objects can be persisted in files called realms. To add, update, and delete in realm, it needs to be done in a realm transaction. Transactions block transactions, block other write transactions. It doesn't block reads. It just blocks the write transactions. So it is recommended to do it like maybe in a background thread. But if you're persisting something pretty quick, then just in the main thread will be sufficient. So there's a sample code right there. The first thing we're doing is getting the default realm, which contains the default realm location is the documents directory. And as you can see, beginning the transaction, I do whatever operations I want between the begin transaction and the commit transaction. Okay. You can have multiple realms. You just need to, when creating a realm, you pass the path where you want it to be stored, or you can even create in-memory realms for super fast, I don't know, operations that you want to do. Can you copy objects between realms? Yes, you can do. There's a helper method for that. It's create in realm. You pass in the realm that you want to copy the realm to, and then the object that you want to copy to it. So realms objects are not thread safe, and to access objects in different threads, you need to pass in some kind of identification and then query them inside of that thread. I recommend the primary key for that. Rel in the main thread keeps track of all changes made in the background. Realm in the background are not aware of changes in the other threads, so you need to refresh if you want the latest changes. You can share realm files between different platforms, so you can even upload them to a website, to your server, download them to other clients. You can copy a realm file, create an iOS, put it in Android, so you can do all that kind of stuff. Pretty cool. The default realm is stored in the documents folder. So if you're using file sharing, you might want to change the default location to something inside your library. The download of, when you're downloading the framework, it includes a realm browser that you can use in your Mac computer. All right, so now the persistent objects in realm. Let's go to Xcode. What? Not you. There it is. All right, so as we learn right now, let's get the default realm. Oops. Begin transaction, but in this case, they provide a cool, another method. It's called transaction with block. Instead of having the begin transaction, this one you can provide a block of code and all the changes that you want inside of it. So we're gonna call realm that add object. We're gonna add student, and we're gonna add this one, and let's see if it compiles. Let's see if it comes.
You have to actually add both student and class one.
Yep.
You just can find the fact that student has classes and automatically add it.
So let's try that. What happens? I haven't tried it, it could fail because it's not in the realm. I haven't tested that, so let's try it. So it didn't fail. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Let's quit this. This is a tool that tells you the latest files that you're recently used in simulators. It's not working now. What is that? So let's stop it. Maybe because it was not running. Oh, stream folder scan. Well, that's right. I'm using 8.0, right? Instead of 8.2.
Is there a reason why you should exclude 6 instead of 6.3?
That's what I searched, and that's what I that's what it appeared.
Oh, yeah, you said it's not.
Yes. 6.2. Maybe that's why, right? So let's close this. Let's control click. Open with 6.2. This is going to be 2, just in case. And programming. Let's run it. Ooh, look at this. There it is. Nice. I'm going to go to Documents, and there it is. So as you can see, it has an icon already because we use the Realm browser, this computer, before coming to the menu. So we have Advanced, Programming Advanced, and then we have it right there. Nice. So the question is, yes, it does add both relationships. Cool. Yeah. All right. So let's continue with the presentation. So you can search in Realm, of course, it's a database. So all predicates are made in their parent objects. Example, the class that we created, student.objects, and that will return an array of all the student objects. You can query as simple as using the predicate format that we currently use in core data. With the objects where, and then you put the predicate inside of it. If you were using a different realm, you will use, for example, in the first one that says all objects, you'll pass in realm, and then you pass in the object of the different realm instead of the default one. So you can concatenate results just by, as you can see here at the bottom, it's students objects where, and then you pass in the predicate, and then you press dot objects where, and then you can put another one. So it's pretty cool. I don't think if we can do that easily in core data, right? And the return objects from the searches are in the objects called realm results. With realm results, you can do the majority of stuff that you can do in an NS array, but it can only contain objects of the type that it was requested from, in this case, students. It listens for changes done in a realm, even from a different app. Think of Apple Watch. You do a change in your iPhone, and it'll like automatically detect the changes in your Apple Watch if it's running, and if you're sharing the same database with both applications. You will, so what's left to do is just to update the UI, because the Realm object already knows about the changes, and imagine all the code that needed to be done in core data. So now let's use the do some searches. Okay, let's change this. Visit student. Okay. Objects. Red line. And all the objects. And let's put a breakpoint there. Let's run it. Funny, it didn't print out anything here. No. Students. Oh, there it is. What happened? Okay, so there it is. We've run the application twice in this simulator, so it has two objects, right? The first one with programming advanced and the student, as you can see there, and the other one that we just created in the second run. Okay, so if you want to change the structure of your models, and so you will need to at least call the migration method so it doesn't throw an exception when trying to use the realm, the updated realm. So even if you're just deleting and not adding or changing, just you need to always call that, because it receives a version, and then you just keep on incrementing that and put all the migration code inside of it. As you can see here, the recommended place to put it is in the did finish launching with options. And here's the method. It says realm set schema version, and you need to keep incrementing. The first parameter is the version, so you just need to keep incrementing that. You pass in the path of the realm. In this case, where the example is showing for the default realm, and then you can have conditions where if old schema version is this, and you do the code. So in core data, it handles it kind of for you, but in here you have the power to do whatever you want with it. You can even merge properties if you want, right? So I guess that's it. Any questions? I'm going to show you guys an application I'm doing with Apple Watch. Have you guys played with Apple Watch yet? Yeah, it's exciting, huh?
What kind you can store? I'm assuming other like NS date,
NS data, dates. It doesn't. It stores up to seconds. Integers, strings, all the stuff that you can do already in core data. Yep. So let me show you guys. Oh, not that. Where is it? MEETUP, stopwatch, and that. So I currently have it set it up with entitlements with what's it, group sharing, so I can share the same realm database between the Apple Watch extension and the iPhone application. So
Same physical file.
yes, physical file.
It's like a selection.
Well, what was the question?
It's the same document. So instead of saving it in the documents folder, you save it in some place where both the applications can get it.
Exactly, and I'm going to show you that. Just a second. Okay, I'm going to run the application first. There it is. So currently I have three profiles. And the database, it's created. Same folders, it's failing a lot, it's crashing. Okay, so in the documents, it currently has this. Let's delete it, so we don't need it. Let's run it again. So you guys can see that it's not using the documents. Didn't create any realm, and it still has the profile. So what it's currently using is storing the realm database in the app group right here. This is the database that it's using. If I double click that, I should see the three profiles. Okay, in the share folder of this iPhone or simulator. Now I'm going to run the Apple Watch application that uses the same realm database. Where's it at? And here is loading the three profiles. As you can see, if I, let's say, want to add a new profile, say profile 4, into here, and there it is, profile 4. If I want to move profile 1, there it is. See, as very quickly, I didn't write hundreds of code just to handle that. It's very easy. So you can imagine that in the interface controller where it gets, well, what it is the code for the extension of the Apple Watch. It's just these lines of code. That's all it needs. It gets the configures the realm to that specific path. I don't use the default path. I change the default path to be in this case the share folder, and then I just update the UI, and that's it. I don't need to order the objects again from the results or anything. It does that for me. I just need to update the UI. That's it.
Like a callback or a block that's when you change one, how's everyone notified? Or you periodically call?
Internally, the realm results, I think what it's doing is listening for file changes on the database. That's how it updates. That's how I believe it's doing it. I haven't dig into the open source yet to know how it's doing it, but that's the back end. So now the UI stuff, yes, I do send notifications just to see if the updated date on this database is greater than this one. So now what I do is just refresh the UI. I know that it has changes. I don't query again the database. I don't do anything. Just okay, refresh UI. That's it.
But how is the refresh UI hooked up?
Oh, that's a Apple Watch specific method. Where is that? And that is, okay, it's a WatchKit interface controller, open parent application, in this case the iPhone application, and it passes a block, and yes, it calls the parent application, which let me show you which is that. You have to also implement the handle WatchKit extension, and then you do whatever you want in this case, and then reply to it. And you can pass in a dictionary. It's funny because you can pass objects instead of just strings. You will imagine that you can the communication is going to be like a web request. No, it's not. You can pass object references, and you can read them from the Apple Watch. So I just pass in whatever results from the iPhone application, and then where is it? I continue the operation here from the user info is the object that contains the result. Okay, and this is the array I send back to the iPhone, and this is the one I get from the iPhone. So, yep, update table UI. That's it. I used to just, when I was starting to code, I was like, oh, I need to query it again. But I was like, what happens if I don't query it and just update the UI? And voila, it worked. I didn't read that anywhere in the docs. By the way, it's very documented, very well documented. But I just did this just to test it out, and yeah, it does work. It does update the background. Very, very cool. So, any questions regarding the Swift type of watch realm, of course?
Are there any negatives to using Realm versus Cordata or SQLite Net? Or just anything you come across? Usually there's pluses and minuses to those things. So.
Realm is in early stages right now. It's version 1.0 hasn't been out. As you can see, it's 0.9. It's missing a few things that Cordata has, or maybe other SQLite has, like cascade deletion. It doesn't handle that. You will have to do it manually right now. I'm hoping that they have that implemented by version 1.0. They do have a monthly meeting with the developers, and you can just ask whatever questions you have about Realm or implement features or whatever. We just attended one 2 days ago, and they were very accessible. They listened and answer all the questions that developers had.
So is it not necessarily production ready? It's still beta, I guess?
It's still beta, but it's used right now in production applications right now, and in games as well. Yeah.
I've used both the data is your experience is that it's easy to code, but performance-wise also it's faster.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I like Realm much more than Cordata. It's faster to work with. Its benchmarks prove that it's faster, and it listens for changes, which is one of my favorite features. Is that it updates the Realm results for you. It's very cool because once you have a Realm results stored like globally or in the class, and you hang on to that instance, and you have order by index, and you add a new object, once you call again that array, it'll move that object in the position respecting that the order, or if where the properties were ordered by. So it's not just positions the object to the last. No, it'll actually respect the query and the order by the property.
So Android uses something called cursors that allow you to only get results that you need to display and do it on the fly. I'm assuming that iOS also does that.
Lazy load.
Yeah, lazy loading. Does support that as well? Where you have a large set of results come back.
Yeah,
does it
it's
actually get everything, or
no. It loads stuff on demand. Yeah. Yep. Any more questions?
When do they think that they're going to hit the 1.0 release?
I don't know. They're close, I imagine, but it's perfect working for me. It's have no issues with it so now. Yeah. There's a few references. There's a presentation in a YouTube video, complete YouTube video, and that's it.
somebody didn't already know core data, would you recommend that they just skip it and do this instead?
If they're going to be working on new projects,
Yeah.
yes. If they're going to be working with legacy,
Oh, yeah.
in core data. Yeah, both. Definitely.
Very rarely you get the chance to do something.
Oh, true, yeah.
So,
Because I'm thinking in the context of new on my own.
Yeah, realm.
It's fairly easy. Just to port, like if you have a core data project and you want to, say you went down one path and you wanted to switch it to realm, that would not be that difficult to do.
No, just query all the objects and just copy them over. And make sure in the did finish launching with options to return true, even though you're still doing the migration. Show a loading screen or something, because if you take more than 10 seconds in that method, the application will crash, and you cannot detect that in development while debugging. So you're gonna be happy, oh, migration happened successfully, but what happens when you publish that application? Oh, it's crashing always, and you're gonna be, what's happening? Yeah. Cool. So we Realm was pretty cool with us. They saw our meetup. It was going to be about Realm, and they sent me a pretty cool shirt for me, and then they send also free shirts for the attendees as well. Yeah.
we got
Yeah,
a raffle
free stuff.
T-shirts. It was interesting. We hosted a meetup, and then as soon as Brown guys saw it, they contacted the presenter and said, "Hey, saw you. Here's the speaker deck. Would you like to use it?"
Yeah. This is the first time ever that has happened to me. Yeah, they provided also the reference links that I put in there. They sent me the link to the YouTube and to the other presentation as well.
Okay, so we're going to do a raffle for. I didn't get the raffle tickets, so we'll just do it by random. Go ahead. What's the question? No, I didn't bring any. So the raffle is going to be. I think Salvador is going to ask a question about one of the stuff that he talked about. Maybe we'll see who gets the correct answer. It's a test. Everybody else gets the T-shirt. That person gets the gift card.
Is Realm easier than core data? It's a question. I don't know. Yes, oh yeah, what was the student name? Okay.
Okay.
Here you go. Oh, thank you.
So what was one of the class names that I put in there? Programming.
Advanced.
Very good, advanced.
What size are you? One more.
Angeline? Oh. Or who else? Who answered the basic? It was you?
No, you have a small.
The other question is, are they in version 1.0? 0.9? Yeah.
Two T-shirts. 0.9 what?
Let me see.
911. Who said 911?
No.
You? Somebody said 911? Well, we'll give it to both of you guys. Large for you or medium? No, we only have large and medium. Medium is fine.
Here's a good question. What is the framework build? What is the language used to build the library? Okay.
Who said C++?
He said it first.
I win again.
You don't have
You're large or it's large?
Are you sure? He
Okay, you
also.
don't have any double X's, do you?
No, we have Excel. That'll
I'll give it a try.
last one. Whoever
Um,
raises their hand first gets this.
what language did I use to for the sample for the demo? Swift.
This might fit you, Harry. Okay. So after this, we head over to Enchiladas. I don't know if new faces might not know where Enchiladas is. You've come to the meetup before, right? So you guys know where Enchiladas is. That's where we head out and meet. Right next to, right across from Electronics. I can show you on a map if you want.
Let's show that then. Hmm. Map? No. No. Is it iMaps?
You just follow through. That's what he's saying now.
There's an application, right? There's an Apple Maps. Okay. Did you guys already pre-order the Apple Watch yet, or? Yeah.
Got confused about the time zones and I didn't. Yeah. So mine's coming in June.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So I ordered it. I think in past 2 minutes midnight. So they say that it's gonna be arrive this month by the end of the month.
Yeah. So for people who don't know where Enchiladas is, it's literally walking distance, but yeah, 0.3 miles. You go on each baseline and then turn right into Enchiladas. So we'll start heading over there. Okay.
Thank you, Salvador.
Hey, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Bye. So let me disconnect that.